Hello, our lovely crafters, and welcome back to our channel. If you are new to our channel, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you will like this tutorial. And for all of you out there who has seen our previous video tutorial, where Patricia, our lovely guest, created a Halloween cracker, you will probably remember that I promised you a cracker for Christmas, basically. So here I am with the with all the bits ready to put together a Christmas cracker for you. Okay, but I am going to use actually an everyday papers to create this cracker. So these papers come from our Garden Bloom paper pads, and let me show you. I'm going to use the pink version, but we also sell blue and lilac. And of course, they are lovely papers across all three colors. Lovely quality card, which is 240 gram. And they are beautiful designs. So now, obviously, each cracker can be designed for different occasion. As you can see, a Halloween, a Christmas, birthday, wedding, baby, any occasion you can think of, that's the cracker for you. Now, so we know what we're using. Obviously, Garden Bloom paper pads. Now, I need to add also for all of you out there who've never actually come across our crackers, that these crackers are pre-cut crackers. So they're very, very easy to do. And I'm just going to remove one out from this packet. Okay, that's how they come as opposed to that. Because the diamonds on this one, actually, I've already removed them, okay? Also, if you are new to our company or our channel, etc., I'd like to point out that if you do fancy, okay, curling your diamonds, okay, if you like, you could create your own flowers out of the waste, basically. So a little bit inking, a little bit stamping, whatever your heart desires, you can actually create your own unique flower. So what else am I going to be using? So from this one particular design, I've already pre-cut a border, okay? So I'm not going to use, for example, a straight pieces, unlike, for example, in all the other crackers you might see here. I am using to actually curved border. Okay, so I've got that ready. So we are good with that. I will show you what else we're going to be using. I'm going to use some raffia. We're going to use this beautiful Christmassy sprigs. They are available, in fact, everything I'm showing is available on our website, but these are actually separated from a bigger stems, okay? So these are the floristry Christmas sprigs, okay? And they are fabulous. They already come with the snowy effect to them. Now, I'm also going to use another piece of floristry, which are pearl berries. They also come on the big stem, and all you do is separate them, okay? And I'm only going to use a few pieces, okay? Then we're going to use some leaves. I might use them actually, but these come from our sprays and berries sprigs. And also how to frost these, you can actually check out our other video tutorials, literally how to create a frosty look on your floristry. And also a few pine cones, a little berry from the sprays, and a little bit of a natural element. Okay, now one other thing I will be using as well, it's a little message, and these messages, okay, will come actually from tags, but these tags are called jingle tags. And you might be thinking, well, this one obviously has got red on it, okay, on both of them, and we're creating a cracker in pink. Well, I'm actually going to just remove the message only, okay? So once I cut out the messages out, or a message, I can then beautifully place them on our Garden Bloom postcards and tags, okay? So this is just the message that I will require. Okay, so again, if you are new to our crackers, the one thing you just have to remember is to stretch the fibers a little bit, okay? We are going to be rolling them after all, okay? All the bits, the sides, etc. So it's always easier if the fiber is slightly stretched. So you can go over the edge of your table and literally spread these fibres like so. Now, obviously, if you watch the Halloween cracker, you can see Patricia doing exactly the same thing. Now, so I've got a little bit bounce, okay? So that means that my fibres are stretched. And I generally start with my middle part first, okay? So these crackers do not require any glue. Isn't that fab? That is fab, because glue is a bit messy and obviously a little bit awkward. But these crackers have been designed so you don't actually require any of that. No tape, nothing. You can see there is a little slot here and there is a notch here. And you can see that this notch has got like an axis to it. 2 lines on both sides. Now, so what you need to do, you need to basically bring this square bit in. Okay, this part can be a little bit fiddly, so you have to find your own way with your hands how to do it. But ultimately, this one tab, okay, you start with one, and all you do is just pop one like that in to the end, and then you will find that the other half, the other side, just pops in like a dream. Okay, that's it, secured. You do exactly the same thing with both sides. So just pop one in like so. Once the one half is done, pop the other one in, and the same thing again. So you find your own way of doing this thing, but I promise you, once you create one, or once you put together one cracker, you will see how easy this is. So there you go, I'm done. Okay, next thing what we're going to do is actually stick these panels. So I have 2 which are exactly the same. So I'm going to do that. And out of this, when I'm ready for actually decorating the middle part, I'm actually just going to trim myself a panel. Okay, so this is, technically speaking, I'm just going to use a little bit of a waste. Okay. So, because these papers are straight as well, again, I would recommend you stretching the fibre. If you're using tape, obviously anything has to go with the flow, so it's easier for you to do that. And it's, of course, easier for you to wrap around, okay? And that's what we're looking for. So the other thing you need to bearing in mind that if this is your back, so you make sure that your cracker is aligned both sides. Now, it's always worth having something to hold your cracker in place as you are literally planning to stick things down. Okay, so now I could use a double-sided tape, okay, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to use my hot glue gun just for speed, okay? And basically we're just going to attach it just so. So I'm going to start from the beautiful lacy part, so that's going to be my part, and the flowers will wrap at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to go like so. Right, so I've just finished doing the ceramic effect and I applied my little bows to the crackers. I also gave myself a little raffia bow as well. And now what I'm going to use is the Gypsophilia, which is beautiful, so delicate, fantastic for all flower arrangements. Be a natural fiber, obviously all the berries and bits and pieces that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so with a little bit of leftover, a waste, what I'm going to do is just rough up my two side edges. Okay, I'm also going to use the smaller of the tags. Okay, and that's simply because the larger one I will actually use for our cracker box. Yes, because we have one other thing to show you. Very quick thing, I hope. But you will see how really easy to decorate them it really would be. Okay, so this is my tag, and I'm just going to curve my tag. And then the opposite direction. And then finally, I'm going to go from our house to yours message, from a jingle messages. And like I said at the beginning, all I'm doing is removing my message from the tag. You can actually rough up the edges as well if you wanted to. And what I am going to do is just curve it in the same way like my tag to follow the pattern. So for example, just so the curve has to sit just like so, okay? So this is going to be my tag. And all the bits and pieces now are ready. All I'm going to do is just put them together, and I'll be back in a second. Right, so my cracker is done. I hope you enjoyed this fast-forwarded demo, but there was just so many different elements to this cracker. And what I wanted to create is this special cracker for someone I really, really, really love, like my husband, okay? He would not probably like the pink version, but you don't get to choose. I will tell him that. And now, obviously, apart from actually creating the cracker, and I would like to package it. And you probably heard me say in our previous video tutorial that we have our brand new cracker boxes now available on our website, and they are so good. I'm actually loving them, not just for the crackers, because they do take wine bottle sizes and just normal standard bottles like Prosecco bottles and that kind of thing. So you can package anything, but anything else that you might think of, a wedding gift, a baby gift, anything else. And they are created out of 300 GSM card. Okay, they are super wide, very easy to put together. But if you've never actually purchased the boxes, or you've seen our boxes and you don't know how to put them together, we also have a video tutorial where you could see how I put together I believe 8x8 presentation box. So these boxes are done the same way. And just so you know, these boxes are tulle wool. So you see the extra strong folded on the edges, and of course here. And now the other thing is that obviously you can see in each corner they kind of interlock. When you fold them properly and you pop them in together, they interlock and they stay on like that. However, if you wanted to add the double-sided tape, of course you can. Now, so I'm just going to put this bit out of the way and basically decorate just the front. Now I do have my panels pre-prepared, and for that purpose I'm using my Glitz range card, and this one is a baby powder pink. It's fabulous and it goes so beautifully well with our garden bloom paper pads. And now I'm just going to remove all the sticky tape and stick all the panels to my lid only. Right, so my panels are stuck on, and yes, I could carry on with the Garden Bloom pink papers. I can even cut out a corner here, or just a solid panel, but I'm going to give it as it is, leave it as it is, sorry, and then I'm going to bring my actual box to it. I already have some tissue paper inside, okay, and now I'm just going to pop my cracker. So this is my special cracker for my husband. My special husband. I hope he will love it. I hope so. Now, that's my cracker in a box, and we're just going to close. Now, you see, the dimension of this box is actually rather deep, so that will enable you to stick or place a three-dimensional creations into it. You can stick your label or anything else like that. And now, we're going to close the box, you see. All that decoration goes in one box quite nicely. And now I'm just going to show you how I wrap my boxes together, because what I do like for Christmas is actually spend a little bit more time wrapping up the presents for special people in my life, my friends, my family members, etc. So if you always wondered, obviously, how much ribbon to use, okay, let me show you how I do it. So this is, for example, a box. As you can see, it's a large box, and I've got a lot of ribbon, so I can drop it on the floor, but I can also leave it on the table. And basically, I always go, okay, twice over the size I need, okay? And then twice over the size I need, okay? Well, it's very difficult for you to measure, okay? But then you have to allow yourself a little bit more for the bow. So that's it. So this should be sufficient enough. And if you do need to add a little bit more to your bow, then you can always do that. But at least you're... Okay, so then obviously make sure that the ends of your ribbon are straight. And then pop it like so. Okay, bring one here, one here. Okay, and make a knot. Right, so this is where we are at the moment. Right, because the sort of silky ribbon, okay, it's sort of, you need to make it tighter a little bit more than normal sort of like organza ribbon. And that's my bow here. But we're going to bring a few other elements to it, and just to basically create a little set, okay? I think it's quite nice to go for the same embellishments that we use to create a cracker to actually finish off our cracker box. Okay, so I'm going to actually use the larger tag with Merry Christmas word from the jingle die cuts tags. Okay, so, but you could replace it with a name, you know. Obviously this one's fairly easy. I know where it's going. I've got it on record now. So basically, but you can put someone's name, you know, if it's a birthday sort of present, it's an age, or if it's a baby, the same thing. Okay, so it's just possibilities are endless. So what I am actually going to do, just so my tag will always be, you know, let's say you're going to keep the box actually as a keepsake, okay? So I'm actually sticking the tag to my box first, okay? The ribbon obviously can be removed, but I'm sticking my tag to the box. And this is so far so good. Obviously I'm going to use, like I said, the same things, okay, like on the cracker. But in case you don't want to ruin the box, basically just go for decorating on your actual ribbon, okay? So when we decorate on the ribbon, these things can actually stay on. The tag will stay on, but everything else can be removed, okay? It's in a way, depends what you're looking for. Out of this little sprig, I'm just going to chop off this part, because that would interfere with my glue. Okay. And we're just going to hold this here. So you can see now that really Christmassy look, but yet so delicate. And I will probably remake a cracker for my husband. Probably pink is not the most suitable for him. Okay, but that's just a little bit of a humour of mine. Okay, so now we're going to stick this one down here. Just hold it in place. Right, so of course a little bit of raffia just to match up my project inside. And we also have this fantastic natural elements, and this is a snowflake, and it does come with the wire, but I've actually just removed the wire. Okay. So I'm just readjusting my raffia bow. A little bit of gypsophilia, just to give that beautiful, delicate touch. And then a pine cone, and I think I will stop then. Just in the middle of my snowflake. Just like so. There you go. And now, a pine cone, just to finish off the center. And we are done. Of course, you can keep going. You can add crushed ice crystals, of course, a bit of magic. and other bits and pieces like pearl and pens and things. You could even stipple this card mount with a ceramic effect again. So possibilities are endless. I hope you are inspired by this video tutorial. I think it's been a long video tutorial because we're squeezing 2 projects within one, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will be tempted to actually decorate your own Christmas cracker box as well as the cracker. So thank you very much for watching again, for stopping by, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.